I would like to introduce you the latest feature of Transcend Design Generator. From now on, it is possible to design wastewater treatment facilities for a dedicated site, as well as take into consideration existing site assets and physical site constraints. When you start a new design at Transcend Design Generator, at the project information sheet, we will ask you about site location. You have three options here: no site selected without existing assets, site selected with existing assets. If you select no site selected, you will skip the integrated Google Map tool and go straight into influent and effluent parameters. If you choose site selected without existing assets, we will direct you to the location tool, where you will need to mark the site boundaries, and you can also define no building zones. If you have existing assets on the site, we recommend you to choose the third option, which is site selected with existing assets. You can not only select the site boundaries and no building zones, but you will be also asked if you have any primary clarifiers, biological reactors, or secondary clarifiers on the site, and you can mark the location for them. And this will take into consideration when creating your design. Let's move further with site selected with existing assets. To be able to take into consideration your existing units on the site, you need to answer a few questions. If you have primary clarifiers, biological reactors, or secondary clarifiers on the site, you can set their properties on the screen. So I pre-populated this data, but you will need to provide, for example, the depth of the clarifiers and the reactors, the number of these units, the total surface area of the primary and the secondary clarifiers, and also the total volume of the existing aerated and non-aerated biological zones. If you filled in everything, you can hit Next and continue with the site marking. First, let's mark the site boundaries. Then you will see the existing assets you defined at the earlier screen. So we said we have one primary clarifier, so we should mark that. The second one would be a biological drain. And the third one a secondary clarifier. I will also add a no-build zone, because for some reason we don't want to design any new equipments or buildings into this area of the facility. So the capacity of the existing process units will be evaluated, and it will be determined if the existing assets are sufficient to handle the desired capacity. It will be also defined if some of the existing assets could be repurposed for different use, for example, a primary clarifier for anoxic zones or secondary access biological reactors as membrane tanks. The general arrangement will take into consideration the location of the existing assets and the site constraints. After you are done with all the necessary markings, you can click Next and continue further your design process.